Have you ever walked past your dog without stopping, raised your voice over something that had nothing to do with them, or pushed them away when they came to you and noticed, just for a second, something shift in their face? Your dog noticed every time, not because dogs are fragile, because they are paying closer attention to you than anyone else in your life ever has. And there is one thing on this list, something almost every owner does without thinking, that your dog feels more deeply than anything else. We'll get to that one last. And once you hear it, you won't be able to unknow it. Let's start with the first thing that hurt your dog's feelings. Point 1. Ignoring them when you come home. You walk through the door. Your dog is already there, tail going, eyes locked on you, whole body saying something. And sometimes you walk straight past them. Bags down, phone out, shoes off first. You'll get to them in a minute. Most owners don't think twice about this. The dog will get attention soon enough. 60 seconds isn't going to hurt them. Here's what most owners don't realize. Your return is not a routine event to your dog. It is the single most emotionally loaded moment of their entire day. While you were gone, they were quietly waiting. And your walk through that door is the moment their whole body has been building toward. A brushed-off greeting doesn't land as neutral. It lands as rejection at the exact moment they were most open to you. Researchers at the Swedish University of Agricultural Sciences in 2016 measured the hormonal responses of dogs during reunion with their owners. Dogs who received warm physical and verbal contact at reunion showed the strongest and fastest drop in stress markers. Dogs who were ignored at the door showed the weakest recovery. Your hello isn't just nice to them. It is the biological off switch for everything their body held while you were away. That dog at the door with the whole body wag isn't just excited. They've been counting down to this, and they notice every single time if you stopped to greet them. And the moment after that greeting, what happens next matters just as much as the greeting itself. 1. Using a harsh or frustrated tone near them. You're not yelling at your dog. You're frustrated about something else entirely. Traffic, a phone call, something that spilled and your voice goes sharp. Your dog wasn't involved. They were just in the room. So it shouldn't affect them, right? Most owners assume it doesn't. Dogs don't understand words, so a tone aimed at something else can't really land on them. They don't know what you're upset about. How could it matter? Here's what most people miss. Your dog doesn't process tone the way you do. They process it faster. They are not interpreting your words. They are reading your emotional state in real time, and their body responds to what they detect, whether or not it was meant for them. Researchers at Ötvös Lorand University in Budapest in 2014 used brain imaging to compare how dogs and humans process emotionally charged human sounds. They found that dogs have voice-sensitive regions in their brains that respond directly to emotional tone. The difference between a warm voice and an angry one in almost exactly the same location as in the human brain. Negative emotional sounds produced measurable stress responses. Your dog doesn't need the anger aimed at them to register it neurologically. That dog who slinks quietly to the other side of the room when your tone goes hard, they didn't do anything wrong. They just felt something shift in you, and they didn't know what to do with it. 2. Forcing unwanted hugs or physical restraint. You love your dog, so you hold them arms around their neck, face pressed into their fur, holding on a little longer than they want. They're pulling slightly, shifting, tolerating it. And you hold on anyway, because it feels like love, and surely they know that. Most owners do. The dog loves you, so of course they love this. The squirming is just energy. They're not actually uncomfortable. They'd let you know if they were. Here's what most owners never stop to consider. Dogs do not hug. In canine body language, one body pressing over or restraining another is not warmth. It is a dominance or threat signal. Your dog may tolerate your embrace completely, but tolerating is not the same as enjoying. And the dog who tries to pull away and gets held tighter is receiving a quietly confusing message from the person they trust most. The one who loves me is also the one who won't let me go. Dr. Stanley Coren's analysis of 250 photographs of humans hugging dogs, reviewed in 2016, found that in 81% of images, the dog displayed at least one clear stress signal: half moon eye, turned head, flattened ears, or a lowered body. Most owners in those photographs were smiling. Most of their dogs were not. The most loving thing you can do is learn how your dog actually wants to be held. A dog who presses against your leg on their own terms is giving you something the dog who merely tolerates a hug never can.
Just for a second.
Genuine
Look
comfort.
at them.
Freely given. The next time your dog leans into you without being pulled in, no arms, no restraint, just choosing to be close, that is the real hug. That one is actually about you. But that choice your dog makes to come to you or pull away is shaped by something most owners never really think about. 3. Inconsistent rules and unpredictable responses. On Monday, you let your dog on the couch. On Thursday, you push them off. Sometimes you laugh when they jump up to greet you. Sometimes you correct it. Have you ever noticed your dog watching you, really watching you, before they decide what to do? Like they're trying to figure out who you are today before they make a move? Most owners chalk this up to normal life. Rules bend, moods change. A few mixed signals aren't going to hurt them. Dogs adapt. What most owners don't realize is what inconsistency actually feels like from inside that relationship. Your dog's emotional security is built entirely on being able to read you. They don't experience a shifting rule the way a human might do. They experience it as unsafety. A world where the person they depend on most cannot be predicted is a world where no behavior reliably produces safety. And a dog who can't find safety in their owner's responses starts looking for it somewhere else or stops looking altogether. Professor Daniel Mills and his team at the University of Lincoln have studied the relationship between owner behavior and dog anxiety across thousands of dogs. Their research identified owner inconsistency as a key risk factor in canine anxiety, not the size of the house, not the amount of exercise, but the reliability of the person the dog is bonded to. Unpredictable responses don't just confuse your dog. They erode the one thing your dog needs most: a person they can count on. That dog watching your face before they decide whether to jump on the couch, they're not being sneaky. They're trying to figure out who you are today. Give them the same person every time. If this is making you see your dog a little differently, hit that like button and subscribe. It helps us reach more dog owners who actually want to understand what their dog has been trying to tell them. 4. Dismissing them when they bring you something. Your dog drops a toy in your lap, or nudges your hand with something held carefully in their mouth, and you move it aside, give a quick pat, and go back to what you were doing. It was a small thing. You acknowledged it. That should be enough, right? Most owners think it is. They wanted to play. You're busy. A quick response was fine. They'll find something else to do. Here's what most people don't realize about what just happened. When your dog brings you something, they are not initiating play. They are making a social bid, a deliberate act of connection, where bringing an object to a trusted companion signals something specific. I want to share this moment with you. A rejection doesn't disappear quietly. It registers as a connection attempt that went unanswered. Researchers at the University of Portsmouth in 2017 studied object-directed communication in dogs, specifically why dogs bring items to their owners on reunion. They found that this behavior was most common in dogs with the strongest owner bonds and was driven not by play motivation, but by a desire to share excitement and closeness with the specific person they were attached to. The object was never the point. You were. That tennis ball dropped in your lap tonight, it wasn't about the tennis ball. It was an invitation. And you still have time to answer it. But a dismissed toy is one thing. What happens when you dismiss the dog themselves when they come to you with nothing in their mouth but something urgent in their eyes is something else entirely. 5. Punishing them after the moment has passed. You come home and find something chewed, a mess on the floor, evidence of something that happened while you were gone, and your voice goes serious. Maybe you hold up what they destroyed. Maybe you just let your tone do the work, and your dog's head drops, their body curls. They look guilty, so they know, right? They understand what they did? Most owners believe they do. That look is remorse. The correction makes sense. They're connecting the consequence to the behavior, and that's how they learn. Here's what most owners have completely backwards. The guilty look is not guilt. It is appeasement, a fear response triggered entirely by your current tone and body language in this moment, not by any memory of what happened hours ago. Your dog does not have the cognitive architecture to connect a consequence to an action from the past. What they are actually experiencing right now is this. The person they love most came home and became frightening, and they have no idea why. Alexandra Horowitz at Barnard College in 2009 tested this directly. Dogs displayed guilty behaviors equally, whether or not they had actually committed the misdeed. The response was triggered solely by owner demeanor. Dogs who had done nothing wrong looked just as guilty when their owner acted as if they had. The look is not confession. It is your dog trying to make you less scary. That is all it has ever been. Every delayed correction is a small fracture in the one relationship your dog has built their entire world around. They are not learning. They are afraid of something they cannot identify, coming from the person they trust above everyone else. That confusion is not a training problem. It is an emotional one, and it has a different solution entirely. That dog with the lowered head and the tucked tail, when you walk in, they're not ashamed. They're scared. They saw your face change, and they don't know why. And they have never once stopped trying to make it right, dismissing them when they come to tell you something. Your dog has been coming to you all day, following closer than usual, nudging your hand, sitting directly in your path, pressing against your leg. And you've been gently moving them aside, figuring they were being needy, a little clingy, something to deal with later. Most owners read this as attention-seeking. The dog is bored, or understimulated, or just being a bit much today. Here's the thing most owners never fully understand, and this is the one we mentioned at the very beginning. Your dog does not have one behavior for "I love you" and a separate behavior for "something is wrong." They have one tool for everything that matters. Coming to you, the paw on your knee, the nudge at your hand. These are not personality quirks. They are the only form of communication they have. And when you dismiss that reach repeatedly, your dog does not eventually stop needing to reach. They stop believing that reaching works. And that quiet, when the reaching finally stops, is the saddest thing on this entire list. Researchers at Lorand University in 2020 studied how dogs respond when their social bids toward their bonded owner go consistently unanswered. They found measurable increases in anxiety and a significant decline in how often dogs initiated contact over time. Not independence. Withdrawal. Not because the need went away. Because they learned it wasn't coming. Your dog has no other language. Every paw, every nudge, every press against your leg is them placing everything they have in your hands and hoping you'll hold it. Answering that even once, even briefly, tells them something they will carry. This works. You are worth reaching for. I am listening. So, the next time that paw lands on your knee, stop just for a second. Look at them. Because to them, that second is everything. If you have learned something new today, make sure to hit that notification bell so you won't miss the next video. And let me know in the comments what you would do differently from now on so we can all treat our dogs better.